तो
Hello and welcome to Diary of a Common Man. My name is Salim Lalani. What a week. I know this topic for this stream was something else, but such a shameful event has unfolded this week that I had to change it at the last minute. And we'll talk about that in just a minute. But before that, I would like to remind all my supporters, all my viewers, all my critics that they can now join us and express themselves, positive, negative, doesn't matter what, as long as you remain respectful. If you want to remain anonymous, you can use the voice mode technology. Please download the software on your computer, and if you're not comfortable downloading it, or you don't understand how it needs to be done, please contact us and we will help you. You can call me, you can email us, you can visit our website, and you will basically be supported. Now, before I go on about what has happened at Prince Alykhan, let us watch a little video and then we'll have a chit chat. Zaid? Yeah.
बजे एक मेल भेजते हैं मैनेजमेंट कि ये इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का स्ट्रक्चरल ऑडिट किया है, और अचानक से ये बिल्डिंग इतनी कमकुवत है कि बाय द सेम टाइम एडमिशन बंद करने के लिए बोले, यहाँ पे होने वाली शस्त्रक्रिया बाय द सेम टाइम बंद करने के लिए बोली, और इस माध्यम से एक मेल भेजा है, वो भी ऑफिशियल मेल भेजा नहीं है। इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का जो ऑडिट हुआ है, हम लोगों ने बार बार पूछने के बावजूद भी स्ट्रक्चर ऑडिट का रिपोर्ट भी हम लोगों को दिया नहीं है। कुछ किसी भी चीज़ की कुछ पूछताछ करने के लिए जाए तो ये हम लोगों को मालूम नहीं, ऊपर से बोला गया है। अरे ऊपर से बोला गया तो किसने बोला है? कुछ लिखा पढ़ी की है, कुछ मेल भेजे हैं, ये सिर्फ जिनेवा करके नाम बता रहे हैं, लेकिन जिनेवा हम लोगों को तो ऐसा लग रहा है जिनेवा तक ये जो यहाँ की जो सद्य स्थिति है वो वहाँ तक पहुँचा ही नहीं जा रही है। और हम लोगों को दिल से मालूम है कि हाइनेस जिनको हम लोग भगवान के जैसे मानते हैं, प्रिंसेस ज़ारा जिनको हम लोग भगवान के जैसे मानते हैं, ये कभी इस तरीके का डिसीजन नहीं देंगे कि 900 से 950 कामगार यहाँ पे काम कर रहे हैं कि वो बेघर हो जाए, रास्ते पे आ जाए। इस तरीके का ऐसा कोई भी डिसीजन वहाँ से होगा नहीं। ये हम लोगों को पूरी तरह से शाश्वती है, पूरी तरह से खातरी है कि इस तरह का डिसीजन ऊपर से नहीं आया रहेगा। बीच वाले जो मिडल लोग हैं उनके माध्यम से ये जो षड्यंत्र रचा गया है, उस षड्यंत्र को क्या है क्या नहीं कोई भी सामने आके जवाब नहीं दे रहा है। इसका मतलब ये षड्यंत्र ही है। इतना अच्छा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है, गए 1 साल पहले मैटरनिटी वार्ड बनाया है। अगर इतना बड़ा धोखादायक बिल्डिंग लग रही है तो मैटरनिटी वार्ड 1 साल पहले मैटरनिटी वार्ड पूरा रिनोवेट किया है। उसके बाद आईसीयू अभी 1 महीना पहले इतना बड़ा आईसीयू जिसको 1 करोड़ 20 लाख रुपए का खर्चा किया है, इतनी बड़ी अमाउंट इतना सारा पैसा स्पेंड करके आप लोगों ने ये डिपार्टमेंट चालू कर दिया। उसके बाद एक्सरे डिपार्टमेंट जो एक दो महीना भी नहीं हुआ, रिसेंटली रिनोवेट किया है। इतना सारा पैसा खर्चा करने के बाद अचानक से एक डेढ़ महीने के बाद में आप लोग स्ट्रक्चरल ऑडिट किया और बोल रहे हैं कि ये बिल्डिंग धोखादायक है। इम्पॉसिबल। ये कोई भी अंधा आदमी आएगा तो वो भी बोलेगा कि ऐसा नहीं हो सकते। और महिम तुरा करके प्राइवेट कंसल्टेंट एजेंसी है ना, उसका सिर्फ रिपोर्ट बीएमसी में सबमिट किया है और बीएमसी ने किसी भी तरह का उसके ऊपर कमिटमेंट नहीं दिया है या कोई अहवाल सादर नहीं किया है। इस तरह का कोई भी चीज़ नहीं हुई है। इसके पहले ये लोगों ने हार्ड एंड फास्ट डिसीजन लेके 900 से 950 लोगों को रास्ते पे लाने का काम किया है। और हम चाहते हैं कि हम लोग प्रिंस अली खान हॉस्पिटल के जो आराध्य दैवत है हमारे हाइनेस साहब प्रिंस अली खान आगा खान साहब को हमारी रिक्वेस्ट है, प्रिंसेस जहरा मैडम को हमारी रिक्वेस्ट है, दिल से रिक्वेस्ट है, मेरी और मेरे पूरे कामगार के परिवार की तरफ से रिक्वेस्ट है कि आपने या इस जो षड्यंत्र रचा जा रहा है इस चीज़ में आप खुद होके देख अपने खुद होके इस चीज़ की इंक्वायरी की जाए कि ये एक्चुअल क्या मैटर है। और इस मैटर को लेके आप इसका सखोल चौकसी इंक्वायरी करके हम कामगारों को न्याय मिला आप हम लोगों को न्याय दिलाने की हम आपकी जिम्मेदारी समझ के हम आपको ये चैनल के माध्यम से आप तक ये मैसेज पास करना चाहते हैं कि हम 900 से 950 कामगार जो आज रास्ते पे आए हैं, हमें ऐसा कभी लगता नहीं कि ये जिनेवा से इस तरह का मैसेज आएगा कि और ऐसा कोई डिसीजन लिया जाएगा।
या मौला, या मौला, हमारे से पे आता है, प्लीज हमारे पर हेल्प करो।
Aga Khan, a humanitarian. If you ask an Ismaili, he'll proudly tell you that my Mola works for the poor. But what has happened this week will adequately demonstrate to one and all around the world what is Aga Khan. We know who he is, but what is he? There are many instances which prove that he is only a businessman. He has only money that he is concerned with. But today we are going to talk about Aga Khan, Prince Alykhan Hospital. It is 1945, 75 years ago, that Sultan Muhammad Shah, the Aga Khan III, built Prince Alykhan Hospital for the poor. Today, about 1,000 people work in this hospital. Most of them just above the poverty line. Maybe some doctors, specialists, they belong to the higher class of the society. But most of them are cleaners, assistants, so many odd jobs, nurses, maybe they are middle class, but they all depend on their salary on a monthly basis. But one fine day, in fact, about a week ago, they were told that Prince Ali Khan building, hospital building that is, which is located in Wadi in Mumbai, is unsafe. Why is it unsafe? They say because it is structurally damaged. I don't know if you've been to Mumbai or not. I was born there. and I visit Bombay regularly. There are buildings you will not want to touch the wall in case it falls apart. And if you go to Prince Alykhan Hospital at Wadi, you will see a solid structure. And I'm not saying this, uh, but uh, we heard the video where this man is basically the representative of the union in Prince Ali Khan Hospital. He swears to the fact that the building is as strong as ever. So, what is going on? And a lot of people, I'm pretty sure, a lot of you may not have understood what the man was saying. So, I will basically interpret it for you as to what has happened. So, as I was saying, that people depend on their salary on a monthly basis, and if one salary is missing, then it is disaster, particularly in places like India. Last week, they were told Prince Ali Khan Hospital is unsafe and it'll have to be vacated, and no more patients are to be admitted. But just about few months ago, there was some marketing done by Aga Khan and his stooges that they are building some towers, commercial residential towers in that vicinity, in the same compound as Prince Ali Khan Hospital is. At that time, nobody knew that Prince Ali Khan Hospital will be demolished one day. They couldn't even think about it. How can you demolish a hospital that is serving so many people? And even if you demolish it, you would have a plan to extend it or make it even better. So, 1,000 people working there did not know what was coming. And all of a sudden, without any negotiations, without any consultations with the union, the staff is told Prince Ali Khan Hospital will close. Now, if you were to close a hospital and if you were in the management, would you not consult the union? Do workers have any meaning to Prince Ali Khan Hospital? It is these workers who make the hospital operate. It is these workers who put millions of dollars in Aga Khan's pockets on a yearly basis. And then Aga Khan talks about ethics. He talks about pluralism, and his murids cannot tire talking about singing the praises of their imam who is working for the poor. We just saw this lady. There was a young lady and there was an older lady. The older lady was crying. She was a murid of Aga Khan, and she was crying because so many people are going to lose their jobs, and she could feel for them. But does Aga Khan have any feeling? And the younger lady, obviously distressed because her world is going to collapse soon. They still have a job, but the future is hanging in balance. Because nobody is coming forward from the management. It is now 9 days since this bomb has been detonated on these 1,000 people. 9 days. Just imagine. Can you sleep when you know that your world is going to fall apart? And finding a job, if you lose this job, finding a job in Bombay, in ask somebody and they'll tell you how easy it is or how difficult it is. No consultation. Okay. The chairman of Prince Alykhan Hospital decides to go into hiding when thousands of people are screaming for help. And more than help, they are screaming for the chairman, Amin Manakia, to come forward and tell them what the hell is going on. But he decides to go in hiding. But is that surprising? We've spoken about hiding so many times. Hiding is a tradition in Aga Khanism. It starts with the Aga Khan himself. He is in hiding. He always is in hiding. You cannot contact him. Full stop. You cannot question him. Full stop. You ask a question to the Jamaati leaders in the Jamaat Khana, which is inconvenient, they will go into hiding. They will keep quiet. I have done this on this channel for 1.5 years. I have appealed to all the leaders to come forward and answer my allegation. I have appealed to Aga Khan to come forward and answer the allegations. 900 people have asked Aga Khan to come out in the open and respond to my issues. Aga Khan is still in hiding. So, Amin Manekia's hiding, is it any surprise? But I'm told that he has finally come out of his hiding yesterday or maybe today, depending on where you are. And you know what he did? He said, look, let's have a meeting on Monday and we'll give you a little bit of clarity around what is happening. This would be almost a fortnight after telling the people that the hospital will close, it is not safe. Now let's talk about safety. The local government authority has not made a decision yet whether the building is safe or it is not safe. An auditor audited the building, sent the report to the local authorities. They have not responded yet. And before their response, the management of the hospital decides to basically throw the atom bomb on the employees, telling them that the hospital will close. And once again, it is important to reiterate, without any consultation with the union. There are 3 unions in Prince Ali Khan Hospital. Not one was kept in the loop. How ethical do you think that is? Yeah. Now, Monday, for me, it is today. For you, maybe it's coming up. Let's see if Prince Ali Khan management decides to look after these 1,000 people who are stranded. But now I will open this forum and get your thoughts, listen to you as to what do you have to say in relation to this. Uh, we are joined by three people: uh, Prince, Joshua, and Zafar. So, welcome to all the three of you, and thank you for joining me. We'll start with Prince. Prince, unmute yourself and introduce yourself, and please give us your brief on what do you think is going on at Prince Alykhan Hospital, and how do you see ethics here, or do you see unethical behavior in Prince Ali Khan Hospital? Go ahead, Prince.
Hey, so my name is Prince. What's going on at Alykhan Hospital? I really cannot say because I don't know the background. It could be the management, it could be from Alykhan, but I don't know. Honestly, I think it might be middle
Prince,
management without
Prince,
the
sorry,
Alykhan.
Prince, I have to stop you there. Yes, your voice, you are definitely on voice distortion technology, but it is so distorted that we just cannot understand you. So try another one. You've got few options. Try another one and see if that works. And until you do that, I'll go to Joshua and see what his thoughts are, and then I'll come back to you, Prince. Joshua, please go ahead.
Hi, Salim. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you? Welcome.
I'm okay. I'm okay. I watched this yesterday, and I tell you, it's actually robbed me of my sleep. Right?
Yes.
Nearly 1,000
Yes.
people are going to lose their jobs in a country where things are really bad. Saying that,
Yes.
things are really bad everywhere. Okay,
Yes.
but especially in
Yes.
India, and this is something that is brought upon them by a god. Surely God, like there was a story,
God.
Prince, what is it, Pyari Bato or whatever, yeah. And there was a
Yes.
story where uh, Aga Khan's grandfather is actually riding on a horse and carriage, and he's riding through the
Yes.
countryside, and he stops
Yes.
the driver, and he says, "Tero, Tero, Tero." The driver stops, and he comes out of the carriage, and he's looking over the fields. And the driver comes to him and says, "Look, is everything okay? What's happened? Why did you stop me? What's the problem?" And he says, "I remember these fields because I used to play in these fields." Okay. Now, these fields that he was mentioning is where, if I'm not mistaken, the god Vishnu used to play there as a baby. So what he's trying to
Okay.
do
All
is he's
right.
trying to replicate this to say that I used to be Vishnu and I used to play in these fields. All right. And the coach driver is so shocked. He said, then he turned to the coach driver and he said, "Can you go to that stone and turn it?" Okay. So the coach driver
Yes.
goes to the stone and turns it. And lo and behold,
Yeah.
under the stone, there's a massive diamond. Okay.
Okay.
And he says, "Okay, now put the stone back." So he puts the stone back and he says, "Now lift it." And he lifts it and there's nothing there. So this is
Oh.
clearly a god. He's the avatar of Vishnu. All right. He is
Yes.
a god
Yes.
of many talents. He can conjure up diamonds. Okay.
Yes.
And today he has learned that the way to conjure up diamonds in the 20th century is to go after the poor people, right? Inflict pain on them and
Yes.
and destroy one of your buildings to create a
Yes.
tower which will immediately bring in lots of money. Forget about that diamond. That diamond's a pension. Okay? That diamond's a pension. Let us kill the people today. All right? These people, that old woman, that I can't get her out of my mind. And she's saying, "Oh, mola, mola." Come on. Come on. All right? How can this be
Yeah.
possible? How can an Ismaili actually stand up and say, "This man is our God"? Is this what your God
Yes.
does to people? Huh?
Exactly.
Is this what your God
exactly.
does to people? Huh?
Yes. Good
Come on,
comment. Good
Ismailis.
comment.
I want you, Ismailis, on this show to explain to us about your God. I want to, look, if you say he's a God, I have no complaints. Come on the show, show me. I want to learn. Maybe I'm actually doing all this. Maybe Salim is doing all this. We want to learn. Maybe we've missed something, right? Show
Yeah.
us what we have missed, and we too, we will get on our knees. I'm sure I'm speaking for you too, Salim, that if they can enlighten us as to what we have missed, right? I am willing.
Let's see if Prince can help us, Joshua.
Yeah, not a
So
problem.
we'll go to Prince. Prince, go ahead. Unmute yourself. Hello, Prince. Are you ready?
Hey, yes. Is this better?
A little bit better. Joshua, can you understand?
I think I think the voice is actually taking it to the extreme. If he lowers it to about 50%, it might work better because it needs to be legible. Although it needs to hide your original voice, it needs to be whichever voice you pick must be legible to
Yeah.
other people.
Okay,
Yeah.
one moment.
Hello?
Yeah.
Is this better?
Yes. We got you.
Okay.
You've
Now
got a
there's a
terrible
lot of
echo in
echo.
you.
There's a lot of echo.
One moment. Is it still there?
No, echo is still here.
Is it still there?
No, it's gone back to the. Okay, try this. Say something.
Hey.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, sir.
I'm Zaid.
Actually, Prince, please click on listen myself. You have clicked on listen myself. So mute this thing. There is an option listen yourself or listen myself. I think like that. So mute that. You will not get this twice voice. Hopefully now it's better. You can talk now.
Okay. Now, whilst Prince is working on that, we will look at a couple of comments here. Um, in particular, I see there is this person under the fictitious name Real Islam. And this Real Islam guy or lady, whoever it is, they hate me, they hate Salim Lalani's face. So yes, we got your message. I'm so sorry. I'm not a good-looking man, and you hate me. That's okay, but you made your point, and you can move on. Now he is also wanting me to tell him about my family. Real Islam. If you are real, come on this stream, and we'll have a chit chat. Okay, then we'll find out how real you are and how real is the Islam that you follow. Uh, okay. And then he says, when you say we dislike, who are you referring to? Okay. So Akbar is responding to him. Okay, all right. So, okay, so we have already given you a warning, Real Islam, that if this was your last abusive comment, if you want to ask a question or if you think you can teach me anything, then join the stream. If we get another abusive comment from you, we will basically have to let you go. All right.
Is this better?
So, no, we still have a very heavy echo. Try again. Okay, Joshua, we have a teacher for you. Manoj
Okay.
Karmali has volunteered to teach you. So I don't
Teach
know
me.
what they're
Oh,
going to teach you. Yeah. You've got a voluntary teacher. All right. Prince,
okay.
how are you going? Try again, Prince. Okay, if it doesn't
Sorry,
work
I
this
think I'm
time,
having
Prince,
issues.
say
Is it
something
still
again.
echoing? Hello?
Yeah, we're still having the echo and your voice is not legible. So unfortunately we'll have to let you go, Prince. We'll try some other time. All right.
If he switches off his speaker and then he talks, he might be better.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so that is about Prince Ali Khan Hospital. Now, uh, why don't we also talk about other institutions of Aga Khan and how they have been helping the community at large? Now, to understand this, we'll have to understand AKDN. How many of you understand AKDN and the way it works? Can you tell me, can you give me an idea? Any comment by anyone? Just put a comment that you understand AKDN. Even one comment will do. Or do you have you heard about AKDN, or do you understand how does it work? Because AKDN itself is a smoke screen, and we will talk about that in just a minute. Okay, so what happens at AKDN is it is about humanitarian. It is about making people's lives better. Okay, so at least that's what it says on the website. But whether that is the case or not, we will just have a discussion on that. All right. Now, what is happening is AKDN is divided into so many agencies, and each agency has a mandate. So there is an agency called Aga Khan Fund for Economic Development. Then there is an agency called Aga Khan Health Services, Aga Khan Education Services, and so on and on and on. And then what happens is those agencies, they go out in the third world, particularly the developing world, India, Pakistan, Africa, Bangladesh, etc., Central Asia, Syria, etc., and they basically do work in those countries. But is that work charitable? Is Prince Ali Khan Hospital charitable? The answer is a big no. 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 Okay, that's okay. It is a business. We all know it is a business. And the reason why we know it is a business, because it is like any other hospital. There's no difference between Prince Ali Khan Hospital and any other commercial hospital in Mumbai. Okay. If anything, Prince Ali Khan Hospital is expensive compared to other hospitals. Just like Aga Khan Hospital in Karachi is pretty expensive. A poor person cannot go there. It is for rich people, not even middle class will be able to afford 25,000 rupees a night room in Aga Khan Hospital. Now, what is going on is all these agencies of AKDN, they basically go and do businesses in the third world country. And they tell the whole world that they are a charitable organization. So the whole world donates to AKDN. But they don't understand that it is a business. they don't understand that it is actually a conduit, AKDN, for criminal activities such as money laundering. There are so many examples. If you want to, there was a guy, Ismaili guy, who lives in London. His name is Nizar Daredia. If you have a look at his videos, you will see he has himself exposed the corruption within the Jamaat Khana, the corruption of the leaders in the Jamaat Khana, the corruption of Prince Alykhan Hospital in Mumbai, because he's from Mumbai as well. It is not a secret anymore that it is a corrupted organization. The whole thing is, it stinks, right? But these Ismailis, how do they work? How does their brain work? I recommend NASA will have to do some research on their brains. How does it work? Joshua, any idea how do these people's brain work? I'm lost.
I think I'll have to tell you that I'm lost as well.
Joshua, your voice has gone funny too.
It must be your system then.
No, I'm not on the voice mode at all, and you are not either. And
so then why is
I
my
don't know.
voice?
Now it's better. Now it's better.
No, it's better. Okay.
Now
okay,
we
okay.
got you back. Got you back. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's because we were going through Prince's microphone through his speaker. We've been around the world now.
Yes.
So yeah, basically, look, it's like when I left Ismailism, these are questions that I wanted to ask, and every time to an Ismaili, if you're an Ismaili, you can go and talk to an Ismaili about anything that's going wrong in Ismailism. Why is Alykhan doing this? Why is this happening? Why is this happening? And they'll listen to everything you have to say. But the moment that you leave Ismailism, or if you are an outsider trying to ask about Ismailism, they shut down. It is just a complete mental block, right? All they will say to you is that, listen, you leave it alone, right? We know what it is, right? And let's leave it at that. But an Ismaili can ask difficult questions to another Ismaili, but not to a higher ranking Ismaili. If you start asking questions to a higher ranking Ismaili, you're done for, man. Right? You get the letter.
That's it.
Yeah. So I think this is what the problem is.
Is there such a thing as a letter? Have you ever seen a letter?
Well, let's put it this way. My father, and I've never seen one. My father was offered a letter. Okay. He was told that he was
do?
Well, he was he was the head of the senior citizens in Harrow Khane in London, Northwest Jamaat in London, and there'd been many people before him, but nobody had done anything about it. So now that they'd put him in that position, he felt that that maybe we should do something for the senior citizens. So he had an idea to have a dinner and dance, and so he came to me, and we printed out tickets and everything, and he distributed tickets, and he had a dinner and dance. And the dinner and dance was not on Aga Khan premises; it was in a different location that had nothing to do with Aga Khan. But the senior citizens from the Ismaili community were the only people that attended, and they attended this dinner and dance. And a member of Ismaili hierarchy had actually come to him and said, "Listen, you cannot do this. If you want to do this, first you have to ask for permission, right? If you do this again, you will be excommunicated." All right, for just having a dinner and dance for the senior citizens. So all they want is a senior citizens committee. They want a senior citizens, a person appointed as the manager of the senior citizens, but they want nothing doing. All right, we've got a guy in charge of senior citizens. We've got a senior citizens committee, but you're not to do anything. It's just for show.
Yeah.
And I was really shocked. I was very shocked. At that time, I wasn't an Ismaili. Yeah. So I think my father's eyes actually opened to what I was trying to say to him, that look, this is not right. What the things we see here, it's not right. We need to ask more questions. Do you know what I mean? But then
Yeah.
my father was a very staunch Ismaili, so it was very hard to remove him from Ismailism.
Yeah. Do you think we should give Prince one more try?
Yes,
Prince,
let's do. Let's do. I think he must have
let's
something
see.
good.
Is this working? Yeah.
A
Hello?
little bit. Yeah, I could hear that. I could hear you. Hello. Yeah, keep going.
Okay, so what you're talking about, I don't think it's connected to the Alykhan. It's connected to the leadership. The leadership is doing all of this bad things that you're talking about. It's not the Alykhan that's doing it.
Okay. Okay. Why do
In
you think it is
fact,
not a
okay, so there is a story. My nana, so my mom's father, he
yeah.
set up a project where he collected money for the poor to give to them for businesses. He submitted this to the imam, and the imam said, "I will give you whatever you collect. I will give you exactly that much in dollars, and you can do what you want to do." This went on for a couple of years. Then the leadership went to the imam and said, "Everything's fine. All of the Ismailis are settled. We don't have to do this." And the imam said, "Okay." So it's these leaders, these corrupted leaders, that are giving information to the imam that's not true. So
Okay.
honestly, I don't think it's the
Okay. Okay.
imam.
All right. Sure. Sure. Let me address that for you. From what I got from you, Prince, is that you really strongly feel that it is not the imam who is corrupted; it is the leaders who are corrupted. Is that correct? Did I get you right?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Good. All right. If I was, I'll give you an example of an incident that happened in Australia. The state premier of New South Wales, which is a state in Australia, he had to resign because one of his staff had misbehaved with the public or was corrupted. Now, in when you have a humanitarian development network as big as Aga Khan Development Network, and you have all these agencies which are supposed to be working for the betterment of humanity, and you are running the organization in an unethical way. It is, did the leaders make it that way, or did Aga Khan make it that way? Let me clarify that for you. As I just said a few minutes ago, Aga Khan Health Services is a part of AKDN. Who established AKDN? The leaders or Aga Khan? Aga Khan did. Aga Khan established the institution. He hired the leaders, and the leaders report to him. Right? Now, if Aga Khan is not involved, he would immediately ask the leaders to behave in an ethical way. Now, in this, if we were to take the example of Prince Alykhan Hospital, okay, would he allow the leaders to basically announce that the jobs are gone and the hospital is going to close down without any consultation? Would you do that to your 1,000 employees? Nobody would do that. Okay. So why is Aga Khan so quiet? That's number one. Number two is Aga Khan is running a business. It is not the leaders that is running a business. Leaders are paid. They are employed. For example, Amin Manekia in this case, he is employed. He doesn't own Aga Khan Hospital. Aga Khan Hospital is owned by Aga Khan Health Services, and the Aga Khan Health Services belongs to AKDN, and AKDN CEO is Aga Khan, not the leaders. And even if there is corruption, okay, let's go with you, Prince, for a minute. That okay, there is corruption. Leaders are corrupted. Whose responsibility is it? Aga Khan says that I know everything. What is happening in the Jamaat and in the institutions, I know everything. So if he knows everything, doesn't he know about the corruption?
Yeah,
Yeah, go
you're
ahead.
absolutely, Salim, you're absolutely right. The Aga Khan knows everything, and in the Golden Jubilee Darbar in London, on the stage, he said, I know what my leaders are doing. I know they are doing wrong. It is up to you, the Jamaat, to make sure that they don't do wrong and they do right. The Imam has
Okay.
said it's up to us to make sure the leaders are doing what they were appointed to do.
Okay. So let me answer that for you. So he stands up in the Jamaat Khana in London. Just in case somebody didn't get that comment from Prince, I'll repeat it for you. So what Prince said there, in response to what I said, is that in London, Aga Khan basically stood up on the stage and he said that it is up to the Jamaat to keep the leaders honest. Now, Joshua, tell me
Hi
something.
there. Go
How
on.
do you keep the leaders honest when you cannot even talk to them? And if you ask any difficult question, what do they do?
Well, there's only one thing. There's only one way to keep our leaders honest. Okay, is to be honest yourself. Right? Lead by example. If he is a dishonest person, then he also has to leave crumbs lying around so that the people get sort of like enticed into taking it, and they take it. Once you take it, you've entrapped yourself. Then he will constantly leave crumbs lying around. You will constantly be taking those crumbs, and then when people talk about the injustice within the religion, you will defend it because this is your bread and butter now they're attacking. Okay? Don't take me wrong. In Ismailism, there are people there, and there are many people there who truly believe that Ismailism is the way. Okay? But then there are many there who think it's a social club. And then there are many there who that is their bread and butter. They steal from that. Okay? So it's
No,
a
but
whole
Joshua,
pyramid cell.
what Prince is saying is that it is a responsibility of the Jamaat to keep the leaders honest. How do you keep the leaders honest?
Again, to keep the leaders honest, you yourself, as in the very top position, you yourself need to be honest, and then you have to promote honesty and integrity through the lines. If you are not, you will not have integrity down the line. Okay,
The
there
way,
and
yeah,
there,
keep going.
Aga Khan does not want to promote integrity within the line. Okay, if you promote integrity, then a person with integrity will start asking questions because there is nothing honest happening. Okay, what you need is people who are bent to keep the bent system alive.
Okay.
Or
All
do you,
right.
do you
Thank you.
disagree?
No, I agree. I agree. Prince, I don't know what your experiences are in the Jamaat Khana. It is very easy for Aga Khan to stand up on a stage and say that the Jamaat has to keep the leaders accountable. No, it doesn't work like that. I'll tell you very bluntly, it does not work like that. You cannot ask a leader what's going on. The day you do that, you are history. You will be put on a blacklist. Firstly, you will be ignored. And whilst you are being ignored, they will basically put you on the blacklist. You will be on their radar. And then, once they confirm that you are going to cause problems, then they corner you, and then they basically, in a very subtle way, they threaten you. Okay? So, what you said is not practical. And Aga Khan knows this. It is Aga Khan's system at the end of the day. What he is doing by standing up in the London Jamaat Khana is he's fooling people. It is his own doing. The whole corrupted game has been constructed by Aga Khan III, Sultan Muhammad Shah. He is a mastermind. He designed the system. He split the Jamaat into leaders and commoners. And there's no communication between the leaders and the commoners. The day the commoners ask a question, like I did, okay, they didn't have an answer. And before they could excommunicate me, I excommunicated them. Okay? I did not want to be a part of that filthy system. It doesn't work like that, Prince. And even if it did, okay, keep the leaders honest. You do the wrong thing, and you want the Jamaat to fix the problem? What
First
are
of
you
all,
going to do?
I don't think the Alykhan is the my mullah is doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
There is no proof, and you are just slandering out of your own agenda. This is a slander campaign that you have.
Sorry, I got distracted a little bit. Say that again.
You are doing a slander campaign against the Imam. You are
Okay.
no better than Yazid and Muawiyah. You are the same people that Yazid and Muawiyah attacked the Ahlul Bayt, that attacked the family of the Prophet. You are the same people.
No, I didn't. Still didn't understand. Try one more time. It's not. Yeah, we can't understand what's going on.
Salim, you asked me
What
this.
you can.
Salim, you asked me this question earlier on. Okay. Now Prince is actually answering your question. Okay.
Yeah.
When you talk
Did you
about the Aga
understand?
Khan, well, I
Yeah.
understand. I got a gist of it, but I think you know what he's trying to say to you, that you're slandering the Aga Khan. Okay. He is your answer to he's your answer to the question you posed to me, that what do the Ismailis do when you try and ask them. Well, he's telling me, Prince, I hope I haven't mistaken you, but what you're basically trying to say.
You got
Go
me
on.
absolutely correct. He is Yazid and Muawiyah. He is no different than them.
Okay, Prince, if I may ask you a question, which area of the world are you from? You don't have to give me a town and everything. Just give me a country.
USA.
Okay, so Prince, are you pro Aga Khan or against Aga Khan, or you have no difference whatsoever?
Pro.
Okay, this is really good, Prince. First of all, let me commend you for coming on the show. you have really showed a lot of courage to come on the show, and I think I really appreciate your being on the show. Can you explain to me, or are you able to explain why you are pro Aga Khan? What is it about him that really gets you?
If I believe in Islam and I believe in the Prophet, then I must believe in all of the hadiths that leave Imam Ali to be the first Imam. If I believe in that, I must believe that there is a current Imam. With that being said, I must also believe that this Imam is infallible. If I believe that, I cannot believe that he would do anything unethical. He would do everything that is ethical in his agenda.
Okay. Can I ask you, Prince, if I may? Yeah, I'm going to ask you a personal question. If you don't want to answer it, you don't have to answer it, but it will help us here. Prince, do you drink alcohol?
No,
Why do you not drink alcohol, Prince?
because my Imam has told me not to drink alcohol.
Okay. Do you gamble, Prince?
No,
Tell me, why do you not gamble, Prince?
because I don't think it's ethical.
Okay. Does the Imam say you can gamble or you cannot gamble?
As far as I know, there's no commands about that.
Okay. So, and are you married? Prince, are you?
No,
Oh, you're not married. Okay. Okay. So, Prince, now, if I may ask you, if you, let's say you've just met me, and you find out that I actually drink. I will frequent a bar. I will have whiskey and tonic and whatever it may be. I will gamble. Not only will I gamble, but I have a company, right, which entices other people to gamble. So I have a system whereby people can actually join the system to gamble. And also, I'm married with kids, but I will actually indulge myself with other people's wives. What sort of person would you think I am?
see, I know exactly where this is going, but this does not
Okay, so
apply to the Imam.
you're not an unintelligent man. So you're not an
This does,
unintelligent man.
this does not apply to the Imam, because the Imam, the actions of the Imam is quite different. Just like the actions of Prophet, no one questioned Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Whatever the Prophet did, he did. The Prophet had 14 wives. The Ummah, the Muslims were only allowed to have 4 wives. So you're not going to catch me in this trap.
Yes, but let's see now. If let's come back to me.
Joshua, wait.
Go on.
I have a gut feeling that the audience is not able to understand what Prince is saying, because I'm having difficulty myself. So
Okay, I've understood exactly. So maybe, Prince, you want to clarify my conversation with you right now and what you understand my conversation to be, and how I'm, like you said, I'm trying to trap you. How am I trapping you? So if you actually make the explanation, then maybe people who think like you do will understand where I'm coming from.
So what you're trying to do is you're trying to pick your actions and say this is what the Imam is doing. And my answer to that is the Imam and the prophets live by different laws than we do. And that is very evident in Prophet Muhammad's time. Prophet Muhammad had 14 wives at once, but the Muslims could only have 4 wives. And I'm just giving you an example. So what the prophets and the Imams do is no concern to us.
Okay. So one day you're not married, but one day you're gonna get married. Then you're gonna have children. Will you be a role model to your children?
Yes.
But will you tell them that do not do as I do, but only do as I tell you? Will you tell them that?
Again, you cannot compare my position to the Imam's position and the Prophet's position. This is the downfall that you are failing to see.
Okay, so let's see now. So we have an Imam. He drinks, womanizes, gambles, has institutions where he induces other people to come in and gamble.
Stop right there. The Imam does not womanize. There is no proof. Even the courts have not been able to prove it.
Okay, so why did the hold on. Yeah, Prince, not a problem. I'm really happy you said that. And yes, you're right. Absolutely right. But can you tell me, how did Begum Salima and Begum Inara actually manage to obtain a divorce? And do you know what was written on their divorce papers? Because I do. Begum Inara actually wrote on her divorce application that the reason for divorce is that this man cannot keep his trousers up. What was she talking about? Was she talking about polo?
Again, none of these allegations have been proven.
But then why did the judge give her the divorce? Why did he say, yes, you can have the divorce? Because, yes, you're right, this man cannot keep his trousers up.
It was the courts never granted the divorce. In fact, the divorce was taken out and the Imam settled, and the Begum agreed to that.
Okay, let's say you're right. Let's say you're right, and I'm completely wrong, and I actually accept defeat against you. But there's one question. Now, the Imam, you say is whatever you say he is. Okay. Now, like there's a prayer, ke Imam tu didar nasib kara. All right. This didar is just so that you can be in a hall. You can be maybe about 200 yards away from him, and you just want to see him in real life. That's all. Yeah.
The reason why I'm laughing is I know what you're saying. The Imam's wife is getting didar 100% of the time.
Man, listen, hey, Prince, listen. This woman is actually sleeping with him. If she must know that he's a god.
Let me finish. Did you know, and I'm pretty sure you know this, Joshua, Prophet Nuh's wife refused to get on the boat. She disobeyed Prophet Nuh. So
sorry, I didn't understand that. Prince.
If Prophet Nuh was alive, you would be the same people. How can you be the prophet if you cannot guide your own wife?
No, wait 1 minute. I can't understand. Prince, you need to calm down, man. Right? Because I think when you get all worked up, your the voice bot doesn't work so well. So
sorry.
Yeah. That's okay. Go on. I'm listening.
So what I was saying, Prophet Nuh's wife did not get onto the boat and disobeyed Prophet Nuh. Would you be the same people that would tell Prophet Nuh, how are you the prophet when you could not guide your own wife?
Prince, let me ask you a question. You're right. Okay, I concede to you. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Now, the Alykhan is in a position of God. Okay, like you say, and I'm not going to dispute that. But what I will ask you, right?
No, I did not say he's in the position of God. I never said that.
Okay, are you an Ismaili?
Yes.
Okay, do you do the tasbih? Do you do the dua? Do you do the ginan?
Yes.
Do you know what you're saying when you do recite these things?
Absolutely. In the dua, we say Rabbi Habki, meaning
all right.
We pray
let me call Salim into here because he's an expert on this. Salim, Can you tell me which Ginan actually depicts? Is it the Hakutu Pakutu, the one that actually says that
Hakat,
he's God?
Hakatu Pakatu is only one, but I prefer the other one, which is called Allah Ek Kasam Sabuka. Have you ever
Okay,
heard
so
of this Ginan, Allah Ek Kasam
I
Sabuka?
I have heard of both of the Gnans, and I have an answer for you. In the
Mm-hmm.
You have an
Ismaili
answer for me?
theology,
Yeah. Come on.
yes, in the Ismaili theology, God is simple. God cannot have attributes. All of these attributes are attributed to the first intellect. The first intellect is the Nur of Allah, which is manifested onto Prophet Muhammad and the Imams. The same concept is in the Ashari tradition that God is simple. He cannot have any names at all.
I didn't understand that. Say again. Your voice is really not working, and I am not enjoying this conversation at all. Try
Prince,
again.
I
Let me.
unfortunately I can understand what you're saying, but I think Salim is
Uh,
having difficulty trying to
I'm
understand. So
having major difficulty.
I understand what you're
Joshua,
saying, but Prince,
Can you hang on? Joshua,
mm,
can you just summarize the argument that the Prince made? What did
okay.
she say? What did they say?
What Prince is saying, well, basically, let me summarize in one sentence, and then Prince, if you can actually, as soon as I finish, if you can actually say that, am I right or am I wrong? What Prince is actually saying is that it's
Mm,
not the material Aga Khan that we are looking at. It's the Nur that
yeah,
is through him.
it
All these
Noor of
godly
Aga Khan.
attributes, are given to the Nur, not the Aga
Right,
Khan in material format. All right.
right.
So we are actually praying to the Nur, not the Aga Khan. Prince, am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Now
Salim,
that
take it away.
particular Ginan, Prince, that particular Ginan, it says Allah, Yehi Imam. We are not talking about the Nur. We're not talking about anything. We are explicitly saying Allah, that is God, is the Imam. In that, Allah ek kasam sabuka ginan. That's number one. Number two, in Hakatu Pakatu, what is happening is Mola Ali, that is Aga Khan. Mola Ali is Haq, he is Pak. Haq and Pak, according to the Quran, is only God, nobody else. Only God. No
But
Nur,
but
no nothing.
again,
Prince,
but
wait a minute. Let
again,
him finish.
Okay, these are attributes of God. In Islam, it is shirk. Doesn't matter what you say. In Islam, to call somebody Haq, Pak, if you assign this to a historical person or a present person, it is called shirk. Shirk is the sin that is this most serious sin in Islam. You cannot do it. Noor and all that is irrelevant here. We are talking straight God. That Haq is Ali, Pak is Ali, Rahim is Ali, Rahman is Ali. In the Quran, Allah says, I am the only one. And here, Ali becomes Allah and Aga Khan becomes Allah. Over to you.
by the Ismaili definition, God, and not only Islamic definition, the Ashari definition, and the Mutazili definition, God is simple. Very, very simple. He does not have names. He does not have attributes. These names and attributes are given to the first intellect.
Okay. So, Prince,
Joshua, can you translate that for me?
Okay, so what basically he's trying, what Prince is trying to say is that it's the same thing I said before. It's not it's not the material, it's the spiritual, it's the nur, right?
Yeah.
Prince, can I
But
ask you a
okay.
question?
No, I have
Go
to. I
on,
have
sorry,
to
go on.
counter that. I have to counter that.
Okay, yeah, you take it away.
Prince, we are not talking about the material and non-material at this point in time. We are only talking about an explicit statement.
So again,
Explicit. No,
okay,
hang
so
on,
what,
hang on. Explicit statement that Imam is Allah. How do you defend that? Please give it a try.
simplicity.
Explicitly, Allah is Imam. Who in the world, present
Okay,
in this world, who has claimed to be Allah on this earth, leave alone a Muslim?
You are taking these gnans literally. These
okay,
gnans were never made to be taken literally
all right.
like you're
No.
taking it.
We will take it literally.
Salim, if I may,
We will take
if
no.
I may.
Stop, Joshua, stop. I will take Ginan literally, because I am not esoteric. I am not a highly spiritual person. I am the way I am. Okay? I am the way I am. I do not read behind the lines or between the lines. I will take it literally.
Yeah, but Salim, if I may.
And everybody, no, Joshua, no.
Come on, Salim, you got to let me have a go.
No,
Okay.
no, Joshua. When I'm making a point, you don't interrupt. Okay.
All right, you
And
carry, you
do
knock yourself out.
If you do this next time, I will not invite you. Okay.
You can not invite me at any time, Salim, right? But
That's okay.
this is something I have a point.
Prince, you will not take me into a bush and go round and round and round around it. It is explicit and it says clearly for everybody to see. In Islam, you try and tell this, that you should not take this literally. Try and tell Muslims. Try and tell people who are not esoteric. Do you understand, Prince, that in this world, there are people who are not esoteric? People are very simple. I am simple. I am simple. So do not give me this, that he is, we should not take this literally. Okay? Yeah, over to you. Over to you.
So what's the point of having this discussion when Ismailism doesn't take anything literally? It always takes everything every time.
No,
Sure.
wait. Now, Salim, wait. Prince, let me ask you one question. Okay? Like we discussed a couple of shows ago, right? In 1976, it was released at Aglamore by the Aga Khan a statement, and it stated that the Aga Khan is the manifestation of God on earth. Can you explain that? Do you understand what I've just said?
Yes, I do. I know exactly what you're talking about. And like I have mentioned before, God is simple. His attributes are ascended onto the Imams and the prophets. That is what the Alykhan is talking about.
No, but he said that he is the manifestation of God. Do you understand what he said?
God's names and attributes.
No. You don't understand what he said, right?
So
do you understand what the Aga Khan said at that point?
So I asked the same question to Al-Wazins, and this is the answer that the Al-Wazins gave
please.
us that the Imam was talking about that the names and the attributes of Allah have descended upon the prophets and the
He has not
Imams.
said that. He did not say that. Just look, Prince, you're an intelligent person. Let me tell you this again. What the actual sentence was, the Aga Khan is the manifestation of God on earth. Do you understand what the word manifestation is?
Again, God does not have a body. If you're saying God has a body, we deny that.
I'm not saying it. No. Wait 1 minute. Wait 1 minute, Prince. I'm not saying this. It is your Aga Khan who said that he is God in the physical form on earth. That's what manifestation means. Do you understand?
No, see, this is where we disagree. That's not what
We
Mazam
can
means.
disagree. No,
Mazam,
Prince, we can disagree until the cows come home. That will not change the word manifestation. Please check your
Mazam,
dictionary now.
the Mazam means a locus point. A locus point for what? The locus point for the names and attributes of Allah.
No, no. This is you and your missionaries making excuses up for.
Okay, we've lost. Oh, where's Joshua? Hello, Prince. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't know what was the last thing, but look, we'll leave it at that. There are some comments that we need to take. There are only 12 minutes left in this program. So let me take some comments. Zahid, can you see any? Okay, investigative and forensic science. They say Salim and Joshua are officially deregistered as Ismailis. If yes, any regrets? Uh, okay, I don't understand this question, but maybe you're trying to say that because we are disregistered, we have any regret. We are missing Jamaat Khana. No, we are not missing Jamaat Khana, and we are not missing the Ismaili system at all. Yeah, next comment from Quran and Sunnah to Aga Khan. Where does it say in the Quran that you have to believe any part of the appendage? Prince, please give a reference in the Quran. Prince, do you have any reference from the Quran? Hello, Prince, you there? No,
I don't understand the question.
Sorry, say again.
I do not understand the question. What do they mean by appendage?
Yeah, could you please clarify that question? We'll go to the next question. In all fairness, all institutionalized religion is indoctrinated and abusive. So why single out Ismailis? Okay, we are not singling out Ismailis. Uh, the only reason why I'm running this channel is to basically expose Aga Khan. That is my only objective and my only goal. And the reason why I'm talking about Aga Khan is I know about Aga Khani system. There are other cults and there are other systems which are as corrupted as Ismaili's system is. But I don't know about them. So how can I talk about them? Yeah, does it make sense? Okay, next question or next comment. It seems a lot of these people have accepted stories and narrations about imams, etc., and give more importance to them than Quran. Yeah, possible. Yeah, next. Lalani is giving lectures about Islam when last week he stated that he had not studied Islam in any serious way. One of my major criticism towards Lalani is that he goes out of his way to defend. Well, I'm not defending anything. I am just speaking what my experiences are. Okay, in the thing. And as far as Islam is concerned, I have studied Islam, but I have not studied it the way you would have studied it. Uh, I don't know what is your benchmark for studying Islam. Okay, I know very well about Islam. Not only about Islam, but I have spent a lot of years in studying other faith systems as well, and not faith and not non-faith based system as well. So I really don't know what you're talking about there. So let's take the next comment. Okay, they want to tell you you'll burn in hell for not giving some billionaire playboy 1/8 of your income and then claim it isn't meant literally. What a joke! Yes, it is a joke. So when it becomes inconvenient, they will tell you that do not take this literally. Yes, it is a joke. I agree with you. Okay, next question. Salim. Salim is an ex-Ismaili. He cannot expose cults that he doesn't know about. He has to talk about what he knows. Correct. Absolutely. I only know about Aga Khan. So I cannot talk about other cults or other systems because I would not be qualified. I may have heard about it, other religions and other cults. I may have read about them, but I don't know them. I never experienced them. Okay, how can I trust the book? How can I trust the hearsay? On my channel, when I spoke about Aga Khanism, I spoke with experience, my own experience, not anybody else's. Yeah? Okay. Next one. Is that it? All right. So the final comments is before I go is today we spoke about Prince Ali Khan fiasco. And it is a little bit strange that nobody commented on the Prince Ali Khan fiasco as to how ethical is that. I would like Prince to talk about that. Prince, could you please tell us that is this true? What is happening, or this is also we shouldn't take it literally? They have actually thrown the futures of so many people in the balance.
I'm not sure what's going on with Prince Ali Khan Hospital. As you know, the Imam looks extremely sick. I don't think it's coming from the Imam. It's coming from somewhere else.
Well, Imam is sick. So how is he going to run the world? In his absence,
This is
he
the
is in hospital. He is in hospital. He is sick. Okay, so he's supposed to be running the world. He is God. He knows everything.
this is his
Is
physical body.
is not only that, he's infallible.
Salim, the issue with me and you is this is about faith. I have faith in my Imam. You don't have faith. You've lost your faith. That's the
No, no, I have
difference.
lost. I don't have any faith. I don't work with faith at all. Okay. I don't work with faith because faith is hearsay. I work on logic and I work on reason. Okay. The reason and the logic tells me that right now people's future has been thrown into balance by Aga Khan's institution, and that is happening in real life. Now you have decided to live in uh, some kind of a fairyland. We are not in a fairyland, Prince. We are in the real world where this is happening. Okay, Akbar B. Any other comments, guys? Okay, there are some comments here in the end. Uh, So I think I like what Zapport said. The Imam is to be explained as a mother of God, and the relationship between God and the Imam is to be related to varying levels of inspiration and communication from God to man. How ridiculous is that? There is no such thing as mother of God in the human form. Okay. So then somebody says to me, Prince says to me that you are the same people like Muawiyah and Yazid. Well, uh, if you think I'm a Muawiyah, I'm a Yazid, fair enough. That's your opinion, and you have every right to have an opinion, Prince. I agree with you totally. Whether I am a Muawiyah or not, that I will decide. Yeah. All right. So then we have any other comments apart from that? Okay. Akbar says you should do your homework because Salim's strategy, which I wasn't going to talk about today, is to turn Sunnis and Shias against Ismailis. Okay, I'll answer this one and then we'll call it a day. And I've had this comment from a couple of people over YouTube as well, that I am trying to basically make enemies between Shia, Sunnis, and Ismailis. Let me address that for you. Bring one comment that I have made which makes Ismailis an enemy of Islam. Okay. What I have said is Aga Khan is committing shirk, and that is anti-Islam. If anybody has a problem with that, come and tell me. Did I say anything wrong? And if I did, please tell me. Now, I think my website, this stream has been hacked by somebody who is a low life, and we can only guess who can do this, but it has been hacked, and there are some vulgar pictures and some comments in the comment section that are happening right now. So we'll have to basically close this stream here and try again next week. But whoever is doing this, you are doing us a favor. You are actually doing us a favor. This is how Ismailis will react. Because they do not have an answer, they will do things that will try and distract us. But rest assured, it is you who is getting damaged. It is your Imam that is getting damaged right now. Yeah. So with that comment, I will call it a day. Thank you so much, particularly to Prince, for joining us. I really appreciate your participation, Prince. Sorry we couldn't agree with each other, but that is fine. You work on faith basis and I don't. And that is basically the difference between you and me. And I also thank all the participants who made the comments. I also particularly thank this person who hijacked my stream and they put vulgar pictures and vulgar comments. You have exposed Aga Khan. Thank you very much. I'll see you next week. You take care of yourself. Goodbye.